Welcome to another unboxing video, everybody. This time around we're going to be taking on unboxing, same thing, right? Link Strike, actually. This one came out in July 21st of 2017. So at this point it's been about 2.5 years or so since this has been released. Close to 3 years now, actually. So this one, as the name suggests, focuses on essentially introducing duelists to the link summoning mechanic and link monsters and all that good stuff, you know? So let's take a look at the back real quick. Oh, and by the way, this one is once again a first edition, as you can see right there. Alright, so if you take a look at the back, what you'll notice is there's actually a lot of pretty decent cards in here for a starter deck. So that's kind of cool, actually, that they did give you a pretty good amount of like high attack monsters and good effect monsters and even spells and traps. A lot of really cool things here. We are of course going to go ahead and unfold here in just a little bit and take a look at everything. So yeah, this is one that I'm particularly excited for because it actually does offer a fair amount of decent things in here for being a starter deck. I'm not saying it's a great deck by any means because it's a starter after all, but compared to other starters, it actually is not bad at all. So let's go ahead and open that up, and that's it for the content right there. I'm gonna get rid of that. Alright, so let's see what's in here. I'll start with this. Of course, it's the beginner's guide. I always just like doing that, flipping it like that. And then here's the mat, the play mat, which you might want to see, maybe not, but either way I like to show it really quickly for like a good 10 seconds or so in every one of these videos. That's it right there. Very blue theme. I wonder why. Link monsters are blue, that's why. Obviously. Yeah, so that's how that looks. And now we got the actual cards themselves, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this here, let's go ahead and we can get it. There we go. Okay. Always like having fun with that, you know? Alright, so ooh, I actually kind of destroyed that somehow. Okay, much better like this. Alright, so here are the contents. Let me go ahead and get situated here. Alright, so first one is going to be Link Slayer. This one's actually an ultra rare, and it's an Earth, as you can see, level 5, and its stats are 2,000 attack, 600 defense. Its effect reads, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards and target that many spells and traps in the field, destroy them. So not horrible, actually, especially for a starter deck. It's definitely one that has, you know, if it has a special summoning condition, that's pretty cool, right? It's Cyber, so of course, you know, support for links and discarding cards, destroy spells and traps. Not horrible by any means. It's actually a pretty decent card, I will say that. Alright, moving on to perhaps the most iconic Link monster ever. We got Decode Talker right here, as you can see. So Decode Talker. As you can see, 2300 attack, it's a Link 3 and says 2+ effect monsters. Look at that. Alright, so gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster this card points to, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Yeah, so it was essentially released to offer some, you know, introductions to the whole Link summoning mechanic, and to be honest, it is quite amazing. Oh, back then, of course. So it's not like an amazing card by any means, but yeah, that's definitely nice that it's right there. The next one that we got over here is actually going to be Clowder. So it's level 4, 1800 attack, 1000 defense. You contribute 1 monster, then target 1 Cyber monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect once per turn. So it's a hard once per turn. Once again, I have to keep saying this, they're not bad. To a starter deck, it's actually some okay support here and there, you know? So that's Clowder. Basically like a big, well, like sheep goat thing. I don't even know, man. I don't know. Alright, the fourth one out of 5 is Honeybot. This one, it's a Link 2, 1900 attack, 2 Cyber monsters, neither player can target monsters this card points to with card effects, and those monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. So that's a lot of good protection, and it offers left and right, meaning it's actually technically generally better if it's not in the extra monster zone, but instead in a main monster zone. That way it would actually protect the 2 on your side. So that's kind of cool. And the last one is another very iconic one that people know about a lot, Link Spider. So Link Spider, that's an Earth. It's only a Link 1, and it's, oh, focus, 1000 attack. Says, one normal monster, once per turn you can special summon one level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand to your zone this card points to. And as you can see, it points down. So the thing about this one, because it's pointing down, it would essentially have to be in your extra monster zone to make good use of that. And it's interesting. Back when it came out, I mean, it's definitely one of the weaker Link monsters in terms of attacks and even summoning it, but yeah, there it is. Alright, so let's get to the actual cards, to the nitty-gritty, as people say. Alright, so we're going to start with Bitrot here. It's basically a vanilla level 2 Cybers. 200 attack, 2000 defense, so it's, I mean, at least it's good defense stats, right? For, vanilla, better be. Then we got Draconet here, alright. That's pretty cool. Actually, let me read this effect here so I can show you all. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 2 or lower monster from your hand or deck in defense position. So it was actually an okay card in some ways, because any card that lets you special summon from the deck actually has some use in certain situations, so that's kind of nice. Then we got Galaxy Serpent. Here we go, it's basically a tuner. 1000 attack, vanilla. Then we got Mystery Shell Dragon, 2000 attack for level 4, so kind of like Gene War Warwolf, Alexandrite Dragon, all those, you know, good cards right there. This is a worm, dark worm, as you can see. Beast King Barbaros. Okay, actually, before I do that, let me show you. So these are basically the vanillas that you got here, like that. These vanillas, I'm just going to put those right there. Draconet, pretty good card. Beast King Barbaros, I already kind of showed that off in actually the previous one, the starter deck Yuya video, so that one's definitely a good card in so many ways. Very versatile, very flexible, I like that a lot. Then we got Cyber Dragon, can't go wrong with that. You know, it's a good card to just go ahead and special summon onto the field and lay it down. We got Photon Thrasher. Look at that, level 4, 2100 attack. Oh man, I wonder what it could say. Oh, it cannot be normal zone set. Oh yeah. Must first be special summon from your hand when you control no monsters. Cannot attack if you control another monster. Yeah, not very... too many limitations, too hard to make great use of it, you know. Then we got Exarian Universe. It's a piercing card at the exchange of losing some attack. Not an amazing card, but I mean, it's there. It's an extra card that they gave you, you know. Alright, let me go ahead and lay all these down here, so I can start putting some cards there. Then we get into Evil Swarms. Evil Swarm Mandragora. Look at that. I always like that artwork. It's kind of cool. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. As you can see, a lot of these cards have effects of like special summoning themselves if you're like, basically for comeback potential, like Evil Swarm, Cyber Dragon does that, Link Slayer as well. A lot of very interesting things here and there. Marauding Captain also lets you special summon from the hand. Sangan, that's nice floating right there. Then we got Curry Bandit. Oh my god. Hilarious. Marshmallow, great protection right there. Very good card actually for starter deck. Card D. Oh my god, look at that artwork. Then we got Raikou. So yes, you do actually get a Light Sword in this deck, which is well, I'm not gonna complain, right? Raikou. Look at that. Yeah, I always like Light Swords. I'm a huge fan of Light Swords. Now here's the other thing that's kind of cool. So they give you 3 hand traps, and not any of them are actually bad. First we got Battle Fader. It's a card that definitely made a huge presence back in the day when it came out around 09, 2010. Essentially when you take damage, you just freaking special summon it, slap it onto the field, and yeah, there we go. That one was cool. Then we got Swift Scarecrow. Definitely a much better version of Kuriboh. It's a power crab version that when you or your opponent declares an attack, you basically discard it to negate the attack and end the battle phase. Kuriboh doesn't end the battle phase. Then we got Effect Veiler, one of the most iconic hand traps for a while, until better ones came along, generally speaking, that have more use, such as Ash Blossom. That one was definitely a, one example. But yeah, they gave you 3 hand traps. That's not bad at all. That's really not bad. They all have 0 attack and 0 defense, but that's because they're not really meant to be on the field, you know? Well, I mean, Battle Fader sort of is, but you get what I mean. Then we got Cynet Universe for spells, Monster Reincarnation, always nice to have Darkhold, can't go wrong with that, right? It's a pretty good card right there. Mystical Space Typhoon, another Book of Moon, always nice to have a first edition Book of Moon. Forbidden Lands, also a pretty interesting card there. United We Stand, good equip card, Pot of Duality, okay. You see what I'm saying here? A lot of interesting mechanics here with these cards that you can run here. Burden of the Mighty, alright. Then we got Supply Squad. That's also another way. Actually, is this the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, it is. Once per turn, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, draw one card. Not bad. Not bad at all. Terraforming, always nice to have a first edition, you know, copy of this card right there. Then we got Jar of Avarice, kind of like Plot of Avarice, except it lets you choose any 5 cards instead of 5 monsters. But you only draw one card and it's a trap card. So it has pros and cons compared to Plot of Avarice. Call the Haunted, Mirror Force, great staples. Torrential Tribute, another one. Ring of Destruction. This is actually the eroded version, which is why they re-included it in here. Basically, it's a hard once per turn, but also the opponent loses life points after you, which means it cannot actually make ties happen. Bottomless Trap Hole, also good to have that. Compulsory Evacuation Device, Fiendish Chain, and Dark Bribe. I'm telling you, man, this deck here, for being a starter deck, look at this. There's not a single card here that's actually bad. Like, they're all good. They're all good in some way. They're all great trap cards to have in a starter deck. That's what I'm saying, you know? That for a starter deck, it's not bad in terms of the support that they gave. Spells, that's kind of a different story. There are some that are not really as effective as others, but for the most part, when you're looking at all this, like, they're pretty good overall. They are pretty good. That's going to be about it for the deck, though. Once again, this one is Link Strike, which came out in 2017, and that right there's the cover one. Link's, well, I mean, not technically, it's actually Decode Talker, but you know what I mean. That's the top one, and then there's Decode Talker right here. So, yeah, that's about it for that. As always, let me know what you think of this deck, but also the nature of the video, and as always, leave recommendations on what I should be unboxing next, basically what decks, because I'm, of course, always down for that. So, if you enjoyed this video in any way, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great and, of course, a fantastic day.